was flaring there.
I got that one wrong, didn't I?
Now, boys.
Go on, you go back to it. Face the cameras. Let's get a
Turn
shot.
out and face the cameras.
Let's get our money
Face the
shot.
cameras now. Kind of straight forward.
Heads on. Heads on.
So we got Conor BENN versus Chris EUBANK for the second time, and hopefully this time we get it the actual time. As you guys all know, the first fight did get canceled due to Conor BENN failing multiple drug tests due to, as he claims, contaminated eggs. And this isn't just only a fight for Chris EUBANK. Obviously, there's so much emotion and so much things that he needed to get off his chest, as far as so many questions being unanswered for him. And I think it's more of how much time got wasted during his camp, how much time and money it wasted for everybody, as far as the fans, the training camps, the fighters, the teams, and everything else like that.
In fact, I have something that's been bothering me for years now, and I'm gonna get it off my chest. The first fight, 20,000 people bought tickets, hotel rooms, plane tickets, accommodation. They planned the whole weekend around this fight. None of them were compensated by Eddie, Matchroom, Conor. Worse than that was the undercard. There were a number of fighters who went through entire camps, and camps are not cheap. You know, thousands, if not tens of thousands of pounds are spent on trainers, gym fees, nutritionists, physiotherapists. These fighters all paid for their camps. They lost all that money. They were never compensated. And that's always bothered me. Obviously, I wasn't compensated for what I spent either, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to set that wrong right now and say that from my purse for this fight, I will be giving £50,000 to the fighters on that undercard to split between them.
I thought he was going to say each.
To cover some of the losses that they incurred. I don't need applause. It's okay. I'm not doing this for awards. One thing I will say is that I hope Eddie and Conor both put up their own £50,000 because they're all fighters.
And now that Chris EUBANK has this stage and has the press conference and he has the mic to actually get those things off his chest, it's been, what, 2.5 years now, and we're finally getting the fight. Hopefully, we're finally getting the fight, but it seems like he wants to expose Eddie Hearn and the lies he's supposedly stating, and the promoter he supposedly is. Obviously, he still wants questions from Conor BENN failing multiple drug tests, like I said, due to contaminated eggs. He feels like there's so much things that got swept under the rug that didn't make it out to the light as far as the media goes.
During this whole process over the last 2.5 years, I think many lines have been crossed. You know, I'm sitting up here today on a stage with two of the scummiest characters in boxing, in my opinion. A drug cheat and a man who did everything in his power to help him get away with it. So, me throwing an egg at somebody who absurdly claims that is the reason why he failed 2 drugs tests because of contaminated eggs, I think that's light, and I think that's deserved.
And I get where Chris EUBANK is frustrated from. You're never going to get that time back. You're never going to get that money back. And obviously, Chris EUBANK did. I think he's donating, he said, 50,000 pounds. I'm not too sure how much that is in US dollars for the fighters who lost that opportunity, who lost the money, as far as maybe nutritionists, therapists, training camp, overall just in general. But like I said, it seems like Chris EUBANK really just wants the truth and not for things to be swept under the rug, like I said, as far as those drug tests goes. And so much, like I said, just so much money and time wasted. And you guys all seen that when Chris EUBANK slapped and kind of slap Conor BENN with an egg in the first press conference, in the first face-off, it seems like the frustration is there. I still don't have my answers. So much time and money and wasted that I'm not getting back. And this is exactly where it's coming from, and it's finally coming out from Chris EUBANK about how he feels about the situation. And like I said, now that he has a spotlight, now that he has the microphone, now that Turki Al-Sheikh is involved, I feel like this fight is so much bigger than what the first one could have possibly been.
Many of you would have heard that Eddie boasting about this 60-40 split that he secured for his team and Conor and himself. Just an absolute lie, you know, which is not surprising.
Well, I thought it was 70-30, but Ben said 60-40. So.
You said 60-40. The truth of it is, Uncle Turkey flew in and saved the day like the superhero that he is.
I get the frustration of Chris EUBANK, but it's hard to say that most likely he's never going to get the actual answers that he wants. And I really hope, I mean, this press conferences, these face-offs have been so intense. I really hope that this fight doesn't get canceled and they try to keep each other as far as away as possible. I get it. You're building up the fight. This is what the fans want to see. It's all part of entertainment. And we've seen fighters get punched in the face. We've seen fighters throw chairs, throw water bottles, and throw microphones and get socked in the damn face, right? We've seen it all, but I really hope it doesn't. And it seems like it's very, very personal with Chris EUBANK. Don't get me wrong. It's very personal for Conor BENN as well, but it seems like you see the frustration in Chris EUBANK, and he's very, very calm about it, and you just don't know what he's gonna do. And I can't believe they even let them have the face-off. Don't get me wrong, they up their security, they're a little bit further apart from each other, but you kind of just never know. But I really hope that nothing serious happens to the trainers, nothing serious happens to the fighters, to anybody on their team, and we still get this fight, because there's so much unanswered questions, so much unfinished business, and there's so much that I feel like these fighters are going to get out of fighting each other, right? As far as it comes to, you know what, we got this over with, we settled it, the past, it is what it is, we get to see who's the better fighter. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know what you think about Chris EUBANK and him acting now, and if it's I mean, I guess if it's the right move on his part, as far as so much money and time wasted and all the things that, you know, that he missed out on and other fighters missed out on too as well, because Conor BENN obviously failing multiple drug tests. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.